Okay, week one, blending with stations. Oh my goodness. So it has definitely been a new journey this year. Really exciting, and it's been an experience. So I have a whole new group of students this year, and I am doing stations. So this week we did a bunch of pre-tests for the semester. So that was really exciting. Something that I did new this year, and it was a feedback that I did for myself last year, was I thought, a module 0 would be really helpful for a couple reasons. Number one, I always, as a math teacher, you always have those concepts that you stop in the middle of the year and you re-hit. For me, it's fractions, it's graphing lines and slope. It is just some basic expression things like combining like terms, some of those things. And I thought those concepts would be really great concepts to do a module 0 with anyway. And last year I thought having a module 0, a lot of blended learning, they have kind of that introductory section where you do a few things, but I thought a whole module, a small module or a small chapter, just getting the kids comfortable with the learning management system, the LMS, would be really good. And that was a feedback I gave myself towards the end of the year last year, that I said, that's something different I really want to do. So that's something I started end of last week for week 1. And we're starting that into week 2. It has gone really well. I'm really glad I've done it. It's been really helpful on the math side and really helpful on the blending side. So that's been great. And starting off with the pre-test, just getting them, they took the pre-test on paper and then they put it into the LMS. So that was another great introduction for them. So I thought both of those things have gone pretty well. But something that's been new for me is the stations. I spent a lot of time thinking about stations, trying to imagine stations, looking at how other teachers have done stations. It was a whole new journey for me. I've got 9 computers in my room, and I've got some big classes this year. So I have some classes that I have 3 different groups rotating through, and 9 in a group. And so I'm doing station rotations, and I was a little nervous about how good I was going to do at that, because I'm teaching and helping and have groups that are blending, and it's new for them. And so far I think it's gone okay. I feel like a chicken with my head cut off some days while I'm trying to introduce them to blended learning and teach them. But last year I did a fully integrated classroom and was trying to teach them all the technology and everything too. So I knew it would be new, and I knew that there was always that transition time. So I was fully expecting that. I just knew. As a blended teacher, you go in and there is just that learn time. And so I think I did a better job this time around planning for that transition time. At least I hope I did. So I think I did a better job at that. It's still crazy. You still have to do that grit, when you talk about the I-NACOL framework. You still have to have that perseverance and that grit where you stick with it, and you just know that some days you have to just try really hard and push through it, and everything's not always pretty. But my kids are pretty excited about it. Sometimes they're kind of like, oh my goodness, but I think they're liking it so far, especially as we're going into week 2. They're starting to hit where everybody's kind of got a station turn. And so week 1, I think overall has been a success. I'm not sure, as a station rotation teacher, that I have fully gotten the hang of it yet. I think that I still have some growing to do, for sure, as a station teacher. And I'm sure I'm gonna really grow at it, especially every class hour. I'm doing stations and 6 class hours, and I think I get a little lost in all the stations and all the class hours. So I'm learning and I'm getting even more organized. I'm pretty organized, but I think I'm gonna have to up my organization with class hours and stations and my differentiation within my class hours and stations. So yes, but I'm loving it. Stations is a new challenge for me, and it's great. And my students are really liking it. I have a lot of new systems in my classroom this year that are helping me and helping my students. I'm noticing that obviously stations provide a little more chaos in my room than just a fully integrated blended classroom. And so I added a few more systems this year. And so I'll do a video on that at some point. I have a few more items that I've ordered that are coming in. So once those get in, I will do that video. But I'm excited about stations, and what I'm really the most excited about is, you know, it really saved us a lot of money this year in this district. And so we were able to blend, and we were able to bring something to our students this year that normally, you know, we weren't sure we were going to be able to do. And it was really exciting. It was something that, you know, we were able to just kind of pull together, and we're going to be able to really, in the long run, with vision, we're going to be able to take it a long ways. And we're really excited about it, and it is doing powerful, great things for our students. So coming from a rural school in north central Idaho, wow, so excited about what it's doing for our kids. So I'm kind of really excited to try this out this year, doing stations, and to explore what a lot of other teachers do with stations and what a lot of other schools could do with stations. So anyway, week 1, yay, so exciting. Having a really good time doing blending again. Like I said, man, blending is so amazing. I'll say it again, it's not easy. It's never, I'm not sure it's ever easy, but it's worth it. And what it does for students is amazing. And so I don't want to go back. I never want to go back. There are days that's like, man, the old way is easier, but then I see what it does for my kids and what it does for my students and the power that it has behind it. And man, it's just worth it. Every day, it's worth it. So excited to bring week 2 news to you, and excited to see what's gonna happen with all of my students this year, and excited to just keep blogging and keep blending this year.